won 3 more rounds, I would have won the fight. It's not massive. It's not a massive situation. If I would have won 3 more rounds, I probably would have won. So it's just small tweaks, and I know there's probably a round or 2 in the fight which were my most dominant rounds, and all that means is start off how those rounds were starting off in the middle round. So if, let's say round 10 was a great round for me, take that round 10, put it in round 1, and build from there. That first bell has to be like round 10, and I can build from there. And I'll go out and I'll get the victory. 3 more rounds, I could have been victorious and still sitting here as champion. So I don't want to look at all the negatives. I've got to take a positive from it and go out there and win, 9 minutes of a fight to be heavyweight champion again.
Those are the words of Anthony A.J. Joshua, as he states that all he needed was 3 more rounds to beat Oleksandr Usyk. And by the rounds rearranging on some of the good rounds that he won, or some of the rounds that he won, versus the ones that he didn't, and build from there. And let me counterpunch. First off, that does change the perception. If he would have did something like rock Usyk, like he did, like he caught him with that straight right, and Usyk, you know what I mean? You seen Usyk was hurt. You seen that he caught him with a good shot, okay? And a lot of times you have to slow it down to see when a fighter and how his true reactions are, because just for that split second, you see how their eyes looked, you see how their legs kind of trembled, you see how they either trembled, stiffened up, or whatnot. And you seen that. But people would have, they would have looked at that like, oh man. And he's true, he's right. Like if you would have took some of those rounds that he won and then put them in the beginning, right, that people would have looked at that different. They would have. It would have been a different fight, and if he could build from there, that would have been what it is. And he's true about that in that aspect. Okay? But that didn't happen. It didn't happen at all. And I know what he's trying to say, like, hey, look, it's not that far off. I just need to do some tweaks. Well, for one, you have to worry about people telling you what is what. Okay? Let's stop. We can't pretend like Joshua's team didn't tell him some false, biased information that did not help him. We have to stop pretending like that, like that didn't happen, because it did. They were telling this man brilliant. They were telling this man, oh, that's it. Yeah, that's a good round. No, and then he lost that fight based on, man, well, how did I do that? And see, that right there is a delusional corner. He has to get rid of every one of them. Every one of them. And talking about fine tuning, well, I can't look at I got to focus on the positive. I can't look at the negatives. You better look at the negatives, because the negatives were, and the reality of that was, those punches that you got hit with, you did not see. He did not see at all. He don't know why he got hit by those punches, and he couldn't stop those punches from coming. Okay? He did not stop those punches from coming, and at the end of the day, you're talking about, oh, the fine tuning. Well, I hope the fine tuning consists of you knowing what the hell you got hit with. You know? See, this wasn't an Andy Ruiz. It didn't like he was just terribly hurt and therefore he was impaired and he couldn't fight. It wasn't that type of fight. It was worse. Why? Because this guy, you wasn't hurt. This guy just slowly broke you down systematically with his skill set, stamina, endurance, and consistency. And he kept doing the same thing. That right hook over that lazy jab that he could not find. Joshua was trying to use that jab and throw that jab, and he couldn't find Usyk. Why? Because Usyk kept moving. Okay? And nobody told him go to the body the way he did until later on. And then by that time, it was too late, because Oleksandr Usyk had already got acquainted with Joshua, with the punches that he was able to land, and Joshua could not stop that. So he wants to talk about fine tuning. No, it's a lot of things he needs to do. Get rid of that corner. Stop telling this corner. Stop bullshitting me. How did I do that round? Did I win that round? Is there a possibility that he got that round? Do you remember when Terrence Bud Crawford was asking, hey, I thought I was up. Oh, I'm not up? He's up? How? How is he up? That's how you have to ask. Those are the questions you ask yourself, not those questions that they were saying, brilliant, oh, we love it, and this, that, and the other. That was a good punch in the 7th. No. Because Oleksandr Usyk is not going from punch to punch. Okay, this guy is putting punches together and he's working on consistency and skill set as well as defense. And defense is what Joshua is going to really need. Okay, he's going to really need that. So when he's talking about, oh, just a little fine tuning, that's bullshit. That does not tell me that he's ready. That does not tell me that he's learned anything. Okay. And if he goes out there and tries to do the same shit based on what he's already done in the first fight, he is going to lose. And you've heard it here first. You heard it here the first. You heard it here the second. You heard it here second. You heard it here the first time. Okay, because there's no way, oh, well, yeah, if you did that. Yeah, I see what he's saying. Yeah, all I needed was 3. You didn't have 3, though. You wouldn't challenge to get 3. Joshua just thought all he had to do was make it to the 12th round and he won that fight. So really, that 12th round, if you think about it now, and he got berated by a bunch of punches by Oleksandr Usyk, and he threw like 1 punch to the body or whatever, and Usyk hit him with about maybe 4 or 5 or 6 of those punches out of the 12 punches that he threw, maybe more. And he went to his corner looking like he just ran a marathon. Right? Like he just crossed the finish line and he was just utterly exhausted. So that by itself tells me that he thought, well, man, I had this fight in the bag. Okay, and he did not have that fight in the bag, and his expression told it all. And then I feel sorry for him if he can't see that, hey, you lost that fight because your corner did not tell you what to do. Even if he would have got knocked out, they did not tell you, hey, man, you better press the gas because you're losing this fight. And I know a lot of fighters, including Ronnie Shields, would have told him that straight up. Hey, Joshua, listen, you're losing this fight. He is hitting you with that right hook. He is coming at you, and he's becoming more and more aggressive. He's not boxing you to survive. He's boxing you to win. Okay? So at the end of the day, I think Joshua needs a lot more than fine-tuning. Yes, he needs more rounds in his favor, but he's going to, in order to do that, he's going to have to stop Oleksandr Usyk from what he's doing. Anyway, you guys tell me what you think about this Counterpunch. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.